So I really enjoyed this movie. Uh, I've heard of it before from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of all things. I believe it was like the sequel or something. At least the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, but they're like making fun of the sequel. Because I remember Raph leaving the movie theater and making fun of a movie. Because those first two movies were a big part of my childhood. I had all three on DVD, but I loved the first two. Even as a kid, I did not like that weird time travel one. Um, But let's talk about this movie. Pretty fucking good. Um, there's four. I won't be watching them just yet. Like I said, I want to branch out in horror, and I don't want to stick to a series right now. In fact, even though I'm reviewing this right now, I just finished watching a movie called Fresh, which was fucking awesome. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Critters. And wow, it was a lot of fun. There's this guy Harv who plays a cop in the movie. He doesn't get as big as a role as I'd like. I recognize him and I know him from other horror movies. So, it was pretty cool to see him in here. The critters themselves are pretty fucking creepy looking and they still have aged really well. You can't say that about a lot of horror movies where a lot of the practical effects of the kills will age well, but like the monster themselves might not look the greatest. Like in the original Chucky, it still holds up decently well, but he definitely looks better as the movies progress. Um, so yeah, Critters was really fucking good. It follows a little small family, and not a single one of them dies, which is just wild to me. It's a mom, a dad, and their two kids, and a cat. Cat's fine too. Cat does not get killed. Surprisingly, like the whole fucking house explodes, but I guess the cat got out. We don't see it get out. Last we saw it, it was in the house. But the cat survives. So cool. The movie didn't kill a pet. It does kill Steve though, the girl's boyfriend. And he just seems so sweet. So I felt bad for him. Like, he seemed really sweet. He gets his finger bitten off and then the thing kills him. The movie's PG-13, so none of the kills are anything to write home about. Um, but they're still fine. I did not expect one of the critters to turn into a giant critter, but we don't really see it. And when we do see like its arm, it reminds me of like the creatures from the Where the Wild Things Are more than one of these little fuckers that you see on the thumbnail. Um, all four movies are on Tubi TV if you want to watch them. I think there's a fifth one, but I don't know if it's like connected to the other ones. I think it was like came out way later. Um, there's also a TV show apparently. I didn't know about that though. Um, but yeah, I've known of this movie for years, and I'm finally just now watching it in 2025, and it was pretty good. Uh, the dad gets hurt a lot in this movie. He gets his arm bit, his legs bit. He almost makes it up the stairs, but he tells the family not to help him. And they don't, surprisingly, but they do end up helping him eventually. So, very weird. The characters make somewhat smart decisions. The son, for whatever reason, is doing most of the work. I get, like, the dad is injured, but I guess the movie wants to stick with the stereotype that women are weak or something, because the women don't do anything in this movie besides the mom. Like, she ends up killing one critter, but only because she's super fed up. Like, for most of the movie, she just doesn't really do anything. The actor has does a really good job, though. She has, like, this really good scene where she breaks down and she's like, check them again! Because the kid doesn't want to check the windows and he's telling her he already checked them. It's a really good scene, really heartwarming moment between the mom and the kid because they end up hugging. And, they're all just stressed out because this is a very stressful situation. The dad's been fucking hurt bad. Someone's already died, Steve. It's a very stressful situation, so I can get her yelling at her kid. Um, this movie it's pretty fucking good. I don't know how it got a bunch of other ones, though. Like, it's just, a movie of some aliens that are apparently this really dangerous species. They're in prison in the beginning of the movie, and then they escape and steal a spaceship. There's only 8 of them, though. And as you can see on the thumbnail, that is definitely not 8. And then one of them turns up into, like, a big giant one. So, yeah, it's a decent movie. There's this funny gag, to me at least, where the guy fucking... he doesn't want to turn into a human because, like, none of them suit him or whatever. He ends up turning into a human by using a dead corpse. A dead corpse. So he's walking around as a fucking dead body. And, like I said, it's PG-13, so it's not like it's like a super graphic one. But the dude's dead nonetheless, and you can tell he's dead. And he's just walking around as a dead corpse for a little bit. But he changes his face a lot. He changes into, like, this church guy, and he changes into Charlie, who's one of the family friends that works for him on the farm. It's pretty funny. I thought it was kind of stupid, though, that the other alien tells him to change his face and tells him to, like, find one, but he leaves the ship without him changing his face. Like, it seemed like he wanted him to do it now, before they left the ship. But then he's just fine leaving the ship with him. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty decent movie, and I was surprised that the entire family survives. Not a single one of them die. Their entire house gets blown up, but I guess the aliens feel bad for them. So they give them a, like, thing to fix the house, and they just press a button and the house is fixed. Fucking awesome. And then they show that, I guess some of the critters were female, or maybe, like, I don't know, maybe male critters can reproduce with other male critters in this movie. But in the end of the movie, we see that there's some, like, alien eggs at the end of the movie. And they're laughing, which is kind of goofy. They're not even born yet, and they're laughing? Okay. But yeah, it's clearly sequel bait. I don't know if they do anything with that. They might do a completely different family in the sequel.